Japan is beautiful, exciting, and unbelievably different compared to the rest of the world. But if you're a foreigner or a gaijin, it's also really easy to mess it up without even noticing it. Hey all, this is Kyle Channel. If you're new here, I'm an incoming freshman at University of California, Berkeley to study chemical engineering. I was born and raised in Japan, and I moved to California a couple years ago. In this video, I'll break down how to truly enjoy Japan as a tourist the right way by avoiding common mistakes and by discovering experiences most tourists completely miss. To begin with, I want to talk about the most important thing for tourists: transportation. Getting around Japan is surprisingly easy, but there are some hidden rules that can trip up first-timers. First, get a Passmo or a Suica card. These IC cards let you ride on trains, subways, buses, and even make small purchases at a convenience store or a vending machine. But here's the catch: physical cards are limited right now due to a chip shortage. So I highly recommend using the mobile version like Welcome Suica, which works with Apple Wallet and Google Pay. It's way more convenient, easy to recharge, and you'll never have to worry about losing the card. Now here's something most tourists don't even realize. Japan's trains are operated by multiple private companies and not a single unified system. This means if you're switching between train companies, for example JR to Tokyo Metro, you have to exit one gate to enter the other, even if it's the same station. But if you're staying within one train company, for example JR local trains, you'll have to pay once when you enter and when you exit. However, if you're using Shinkansen or other limited express trains on the JR, they sometimes require separate tickets and have their own fare gates, so you can't assume that you can always tap in your Suica and just hop on. Also, etiquette is a huge part of train culture in Japan. Always line up in where the markers show, stay quiet, never talk on your phone, and give up your seat to people such as elderly or disabled people. And here's a small thing that matters a lot. When it's crowded, make sure you bring your backpack to the front so it doesn't hit other people. Once you get used to the Japanese train system and the unspoken rules, Japan's trains feel safe, fast, and even fun to ride on. Now let's move on to lesson 2, which is common sense. Japanese people are generally kind and polite to foreigners, but that doesn't mean that you can ignore the Japanese rules. If you want to enjoy Japan without standing out in a bad way, there are a few key things to keep in mind. First, when you enter somebody's homes, temples, restaurants with tatami floors, or some fitting rooms, you have to make sure you take your shoes off. Usually, you'll see a sign or a row of slippers, so just follow what others are doing. Also, don't tip in Japan. It's not even expected, and it can sometimes confuse or embarrass the staff. Instead, a sincere thank you, arigatou gozaimasu, can go a long way. Oh, on that note, learning few basic key phrases such as sumimasen, which is sorry, itadakimasu, which is something you say before you eat, gochousousama deshita, which is something you say after you eat, can really help you connect with others and show respect. Finally, even though Japan is incredibly clean, public trash cans are rare. Most people just carry their trash until they find a bin. That said, locals know that trash cans are available at train stations and convenience stores, so keep that in mind when you go. These little habits may seem small, but knowing these can make it so much smoother and show respect at the same time. Now I want to move to lesson number 3, which is about food. When it comes to food, Japan offers so much more than sushi, and trying new things is the best part of the trip. Start with conveyor belt sushi, which is just sushi rotating around the restaurant and you can pick right off whenever you want, or ramen places like Ichiran where locals love. Don't overlook convenience stores either. They have surprisingly delicious snacks such as onigiri, which are rice bowls, or karaage, which are fried chicken, where you can grab a quick bite. Plus, check out the ready-to-eat food displayed by the cashier. Things like hot fried chicken, steamed buns, and freshly made sandwiches are great to grab on the go. You'll also find vending machines everywhere, selling everything from hot coffee to corn soup. Even if you don't speak that much Japanese, don't worry. Tools like Google Lens can help you translate menus and signs real time by just pointing your phone camera. Many places have pictures or English menus. so you can just point and smile. Being adventurous with your food and food options will open up so much more memories, and you might even discover your favorite dish along the way. Trying all these amazing food is one of the best parts of visiting Japan, but to really enjoy your trip without any hiccups, here are some final tips before you go. When traveling to Japan, it's alright to stand out. You're a foreigner. The key is to show respect and kindness, and you'll often find people who are happy and willing to help you. Learning just 3 to 5 phrases I mentioned earlier can just go a long way. Also, don't be afraid to ask for help. Japanese people are generally polite and even excited to help foreigners. The only reason they might not help is because they're not confident enough in their English. But even then, many will try their best or even find someone who can help you. However, do enough research beforehand to make yourself feel more confident and then feel less worried. I'll be explaining more specific things in the future videos, so make sure to subscribe if you want to stay updated. Another practical tip: always carry a portable charger. Places like McDonald's or Starbucks will have outlets, but it's smart to keep 1 or 2 power banks in your bag because you'll use your phone a lot for maps, paying, translation, and pictures. However, if you ever do run out of battery completely, convenience stores do sell them, so you won't have to worry in an emergency. With that said, I'd like to wrap up this video and thank you all so much for watching till the end. If you're interested in how I got into UC Berkeley Chemical Engineering after transferring mid-sophomore year from a middle school in Japan, take a look at this video where I explain all my high school classes and some tips to be successful in college applications. See you next time. Bye.